Yeah, it would have been a great show.
Now, of course, everybody knows you were with Earl and Earl Carroll and Bobby Phillips of the Cadillacs. Out of all those great names, do you have a favorite group that you sang with?
I'd have to say the Cadillacs.
Yeah.
That was my favorite. Yeah.
What a
Yeah,
fun group.
I was with them for 32 years. So
Good
that's
Lord.
it. But Wikipedia says that I'm the only living member of the Cadillacs, so the only one that has the right to use the name. That's what Wikipedia says.
Yeah. Well, I believe that would be true, sir. I really do. Uh, I know you love to dance. Tell me about the influence of dancers like, I don't know, Charlie Atkins, Honey Cole, Will Maston.
Yes,
Did
well,
they have
a
a
lot
big
of them
influence?
had. Oh, yes, yes. Well, the Will Masson Trio with Sammy Davis Jr., that
Hmm.
basically got me interested in dancing. And I sort of called myself one of those, like I could get up and try to do quite a few different things. And like one of these Paul Revere guys that did a lot of things. I wasn't a silversmith,
Well,
but
you were certainly mighty smooth on stage. Let me tell you, you moved like silk.
oh
So
well, I appreciate that. Yeah, I took quite a few dance lessons, and that I think that helped out a lot. Because when it came time for me to join the Cadillac, they thought it was going to be very, very difficult for me to learn these routines, when basically their routines were, uh, I'd say, an offshoot of tap step,
hmm
tap dance. So it was very, very easy for me to learn. And it became repetition, and then it became muscle memory. Like right now, which I have not done for a while since uh, before Earl died, before when and then our last job in Boca Raton, and even a couple of years before that, before Bobby died, I was teaching them the routine because they had forgotten. But we were still good. We were still entertaining, and we didn't feel that we did not give our best performance unless we got a standing ovation. And
Well,
I'd say 99.5% of the time when we performed, we got standing ovation.
well, what
Group.
happened to that other half a percent? You know that.
Well, those are the days, I believe, when they used to get us there early in the morning, and then we didn't go on till last, and
Oh
they were
yeah,
tired. We'd be tired by then. You can't do that with someone of that age, you know.
yeah.
You
And
got to tell them don't come in that early.
the Cadillacs were such a high energy group on stage. One of the great shows the Cadillacs did was a PBS show at the Benedum Center in Pittsburgh. I
Oh,
believe
yeah, the
that was in
green jacket.
'99.
Yeah, we had on green jackets and white pants.
And White Shoes, the match.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
You don't know how many times I have watched those films for my own group to steal a few little routines from you, from you guys. Yeah.
Yeah, well, quite a few people say that they wanted to learn those dance routines. Well, I'm still using them, so
That's great. Uh,
I'm hoping that someday I'll get a nice gig with the Cadillacs.
you
You
know,
know, but
I love
uh,
I love that performance. That's one of my favorite performances was that night. And you guys sang three songs. You opened with Zoomed and Gloria, and you ended with Speedo. And I remember you came off the stage and you went through the audience. You had that crowd right in the palm of your hand, right where you wanted them.
yeah, that's what you're supposed to do.
Yep.
And that was a an exciting thing for us. And what was funny is that what's his name? Herman, was it Herman Lipinski?
JT or
Uh,
TJ, I mean.
TJ, yeah,
Yeah.
when they call him Herman. But but TJ, we had gone back to our hotel after we had our sound check, and TJ said, "Listen, the camera can't pick up the routines," so they built a stage. They built a riser or something, you know,
I
and put it
remember
there.
that little riser you were dancing on.
Right. And we were back in the hotel, left stretched out. I was in the hotel bed trying to get some rest. And they called back and said, listen, they want you to come back because they want to see if you can dance on this riser. And, of course, we could, you know, but it was just strange that they would drag us back after we were laid out trying to get some rest. So if you look at it, you'll see that we look kind of tired.
Oh, I don't know. You guys were moving pretty good. There must have been a dozen different kinds of steps that you did on Speedo. You kept changing up the routines, and you did that little thing where you lock arms and you go in a circle, and you do that crossover step and everything. I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we had it with the drummer where they would hit an accent on the cymbal and snare whenever we raised our hand up. It was great effect. Great effect.
It was. I don't know if our audience knows, but PBS made more than $20 million for their stations that night off that show.
That's right.
That's
$20 right.
million. That's
PBS
great.
made a lot of money. I believe there was a young man named Doc Dixon who is now gone, but he told me the figure was closer to 28. And I said, these guys cleaned up. We of course got nothing close to that. I mean,
I'm sure.
They always give the entertainers a wee bit less, but we got great publicity from it, and people are still talking about it. You know, so I'm hoping that that's a memory that folks will have forever.
Now, how can our audience find out about your shows? If you do a show, how can they find out where you're performing at?
Well, most times, what I'm doing now is I'm getting ready to put online, as soon as I have it done, a website, a Cadillac website. You know, I'll put my name on it, Gary Lewis, so that people will know who it is. And then they can contact me through that, you know, by putting in there, or they can contact any, like, for instance, they can contact you.
And that would be great. If you could let us know when that's up and running, we will let our listeners know.
It will be very, very soon. I'm going to have that website up. And the Cleftones, I believe they have a website as well. Okay. And you'll be able to check that. And, you know, because different promoters have different things. Like Deborah Nader, she has her own. I believe we're working for her, the Cleftones. And let me see, I forgot, that's not until next year, though.
Okay.
And I think that's in Clearwater, Florida. And then the other one, I forgot Lars, but I'm not sure if and when we're going to work with him. And then Bowser, we'll be working probably back up in Connecticut at that, what is that Mohegan Sun.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm not sure of the date. But he has his website as well, so you'd be able to see and check. Because, I mean, I'm only repeating what I was told, that he was interested in rehiring us again. You know, because if he's pleased with you, then he will hire you.
Well, I'll keep up with you, and whenever I see anything online, I'll let all our listeners know, you know, where you're at and what you're doing.
Okay, yeah, because Bowser puts on a very good show. You know, last time he had the Drifters and the Shirelles with Miss Alston, and you know, Shirley Alston, and then he had the Chantels. He had a great show. What's the man's name? I forgot his name. 1,000,000 to 1.
Jimmy Charles.
Jimmy Charles, yeah, he was there. So, you know, he had a good show.
That
along with the
sounds like
Cleftones. Yeah, he had a great show. And so he does this. I believe it's around February or something like that.
Okay.
You know, you have to deal with the storms if there are one.
Yeah.
But you just early and drive slow.
Well, Gary, my friend, I want to thank you so much for spending time with us, and please come back and join us again. I have about another 100 questions I'd like to ask you sometime, and I'll just want to check in and see how you're doing.
Okay, well, by all means, anytime you want to ask me a question, I'll lay it back out at you.
Okay, Kit. I love you, buddy.
Great time. I had great fun with a lot of people, from Bo Diddley to other groups. We had a lot of fun.
Oh, I'm sure you did. I'm envious of the career that you have had, believe me.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, and goodbye.
All right. Take care.
Tell me, when was Jesus born? Break out about the last month of the year. Tell me, when was Jesus born? Last month of the year. Tell me, when was Jesus born? Break out about the last month of the year. Or was it January? No. February? No. March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, about the 25th day of December, about the last month of the year. Tell me, when was Jesus born? About the last month of the year. Tell me, when was Jesus born? The last month of the year. Tell me, when was Jesus born? About the last month of the year. Or was it January? No. February? No. March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, about the 25th day of December, about the last month of the year.
Hey, how about Gary Lewis? Man is something. He's a great man, and I will keep you informed as to when their shows are. Like I say, he's with the Cleftones at an oldies show in Boca Raton, Florida on January 30th.
You like oldies? Listen to WAIF 88.3 on your dial. Rudy T and Big Mike.
Yeah, don't forget about Mike and Rudy. They're on WAIF 88.3 FM Wednesdays, 8 through 10. And you can catch them on the computer at WAIF883.org. And they have a great show. And it's up to people like us to keep that alive. And, you people are a big part of that. So listen in. I'm sure you enjoy their show. That's our show for this evening. I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. I hope I've brought back a few memories for you, and I've given you some information that you found interesting. Sometimes the story behind the group or the song is just as good as the song itself. Thank you for visiting with us, and don't forget to give us a like on Facebook and share WDOT with all of your friends. Stay tuned for John Keener, who will finish out the night. Good night, everyone.
Good Oh, yeah. What a show, Johnny. Gary Lewis, isn't he something else? With the Cadillacs, yes, sirree. That is a great show, as usual.